What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. It's Forever Self-Employed, all about pressure washing and Quote IQ. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about not taking business advice from bums. Mike, how's it going, man?
It's good. It is good. It is good. It's cold.
It's getting chilly outside, man.
Yeah.
It's cold, especially when it gets dark out. It's really cold.
When
This is
the
our
weather
last,
outside is frightful.
but the fire is so delightful. This is our first live stream since Thanksgiving. So how was your Thanksgiving, Mike?
Thanksgiving was delicious. Thank you. How was yours?
Delicious. Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of my favorites. I do, what are those things called? Fried turkeys. Oh, it's the best. And I do two. So we make one, or I do them like back to back. I'm like Drake, but pre-Kendrick Drake.
With turkeys.
Yeah, with turkeys. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Tyler's in the house. Payne's pressure washing.
What's up, Tyler? How are you?
Tyler wins an award for the most consistent early person on our live stream. So Tyler, we really appreciate that.
I love it.
Fried turkey is the bomb.
Yeah, it is the bomb. You got that right, Stallion.
Absolutely. We have some things that we're working on within Quote IQ. We could probably give you guys an update on that. If you guys need a tool to keep track of customers, send estimates, invoices, collect payments, all for free, you can use Quote IQ. You can also use the review multiplier within Quote IQ to level up all your reviews for absolutely free. That would be a link in the comment section description for it. It's only $1 if you want to try any paid tier. However, if you want any of those free tools, you can utilize it. Okay, so the new things that we're working on within Quote IQ, we have a lot of visual updates coming, some UI tweaks. So hopefully you guys like the new look. And we're working on some other things, but I don't think I can tell you yet because they're still on the way. Right, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some really cool stuff in the pipeline.
Oh, here you go. This is a good question right here. Well, let me get to this in a second. Okay. Let's get to it right now. Pros of Quote IQ versus Markate or Jobber. First pro is you can jump on a live stream like this and talk to the people who built it and are currently building it still and give us ideas, things that you'd like to see. Like if there's anything that Jobber or Markate had within the software that we thought was beneficial, we would have already pulled it over. Or if you guys say, hey, this is what they have and you guys don't have it, we'll build it in. So that's the beautiful thing is you can actually talk to the people that build it and we'll make tweaks accordingly. The other good thing is Quote IQ actually has a lot of features that Markate and Jobber don't have. You want to talk about some of those, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've got Map Measure Pro. We're the only software that has that. We're the only CRM that has InstaQuote, which is, in my opinion, worth the entire price of the ultimate, tier. InstaQuote allows customers to go to your website. It allows them to quote themselves based on their properties, size. Then it allows you as the business owner to really fine tune what, how it's priced. So it's absolutely perfect pricing. Every single time we've got a pricing matrix on the back end that you set up. So you can, ask all these questions. How long has it been since your last cleaning, which allows you to, if it's been 5 years, then your price is going to go up. Do you have a stained front door? Do you have gutter guards? Do you have, screens on your windows if you're doing window cleaning? Do you have a gate in the backyard that allows my zero-turn mower to get in? Like all of these things fine-tune the quote. So the customer can quote themselves. It captures all of their information in your CRM. So as soon as they do that, you're capturing all their information. They're also automatically entered into your email and text automation. So no customer ever slips through the cracks again. And they get a quote instantly. And that's what everybody, if people are calling you, it's not to chit chat. It is to get one thing and one thing only. And that is a price. They want to know what your service is going to cost them, how much are they going to pay, and when you can do it. That's the only thing. And so if you don't have the ability on your website to provide the information that the customer wants, you're missing the boat. Sure, I've got a contact card. Well, guess what? Your contact card sucks. All it's doing is collecting information, and it's not giving the customer anything that they want, unlike ours, which gives them exactly what they want immediately. Then it gives them the ability to schedule their appointment themselves, which again, when you are able to do that, you are going to eliminate your competition. You are going to dominate your competition. You are going to beat your competition to the punch every single time. And that's what we all want. We don't want to be out there kicking tires, right? We want to just get them on the books, and that's what we do.
Yep. Another couple of things, Quote IQ has pre-inspection forms so that we can document all pre-existing damage at a customer's property. None of those other softwares have that. We have dashboard analytics. They're the most affordable and most beautiful dashboard analytics that you can get anywhere else. We know that because we looked at the competition, and frankly, what Jobber charges for dashboard analytics is absolutely ridiculous, and market looks like it was designed by like a 5-year-old. The next one is our review multiplier, which is an absolutely free feature. Redirects the customer immediately after they pay the invoice to your review link, so that way you can stack up reviews. And we all know the more reviews you get, the more money you make. And so we prioritize that feature, and we actually made it free. Like Mike said, Map Measure Pro, so you can measure quickly. And another feature that we have that they don't have is we have a call team that actually integrates right into QuoteIQ. So I use the QuoteIQ call team. Every call that comes into my business gets all the documentation on all the most pertinent information from the customer, as well as records the call. And then from there, I can easily import all that information. I can call the customer. I can listen to the recording. So I'm not bothered. If I got a call right now, I'd get an email notification, a notification within QuoteIQ, and a text message that had all the details. And I don't have to stop what I'm doing.
And a recording of the actual conversation.
Yeah. So I don't have to stop what I'm doing to answer every single call. So I would say that QuoteIQ has a lot of features that no one else has. And if there's anything that those softwares do better, please let us know, because we'll just do better, you know?
Yeah.
So
I was talking with Matthew Rocha yesterday. Good dude, pristine window cleaning. Really good dude. He's also got a YouTube channel that's pretty cool. It's just kind of, what he's up to and some of the jobs that he's doing. So you guys can check that out. But Matthew was telling me yesterday, and we were just chit-chatting, and he was saying that QuoteIQ has made his business so much better, and the information that Justin and I share on YouTube in some of our training programs has exponentially grown his business to a point where, like, he was just a great guy, and he was just like thanking me, and it was really nice. It was touching. But he also said that he's used other CRMs when he was first getting started, one of which was Jobber. And he said he tried it for about 2 weeks and trashed it because it was just too much like stuff, right? It was overwhelming. It wasn't well thought out. It wasn't organized. It clearly wasn't built by people that actually have run home service businesses. And he said that the price was just ridiculously high, especially for someone that was just getting started. He's been using QuoteIQ for over a year, but he was talking about like all the UI changes and like what it looks like, how it operates, how it flows. And he was joking. He goes, well, he wasn't joking. He goes, yeah, dude. He said, I'll get on some of these Facebook groups and I see people trashing QuoteIQ. And he goes, and I think to myself, like, what could they possibly be trashing, right? Like, I don't experience any of these things, but I told him, I was like, a lot of these guys, they've actually never tried it, or maybe they tried it like early on. And yeah, it was in its infancy. There was some, some bugs, some things that needed to be fixed, like any software, and we've resolved it. But like he was saying, like from today until, from today all the way back, he said, it doesn't even feel like the same app. It doesn't operate like the same app. And we are so proud. And I was saying, like, I've pretty much eliminated all other parts of my business life to focus solely on QuoteIQ and making it the best that it can possibly be. And I think we're making these gigantic strides every single day. Like every day it's getting better. It's phenomenal. And so I'm super proud of it. I know that Justin is really proud of it. And I know that there are people that are actually out there using it and seeing the benefit. And it is what it is. So if you guys are in these Facebook groups and you see people that are talking smack and you're using QuoteIQ and you love it, throw your hand up and say, hey, I love QuoteIQ, and I'd love to understand and a lot of it is people just don't like me, right? They probably like Justin, but they don't like me because I'm vocal, I'm outspoken, and I can be kind of a prick. But at the end of the day, there is no face that is associated with Market or Jobber, right? Nobody knows who those corporate stooges are, because that's exactly what they are. They're up in a glass tower looking down at the people that are using their app, right? And we are the people using the app. So, you've got a face with it, and you might not like the face, but it's a face that you can call on the phone. You can send me an email and send Justin an email, and we're going to answer, and we're going to make changes based on the information that we get from our users. So that's it.
Yeah. So anyway, couple other things.
Justin.
Wait, what, Mike?
You just said anyway.
Couple other things that QuoteIQ has is our 6-figure earners plaque. Mike, let's do this. Like I think we've been delaying doing our 6-figure interviews.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that last night.
next Friday. Let's just start doing them every Friday. Let's start bringing. I mean, because we have several people that are going to get these plaques this year, and so I think it's a good time to start bringing these guys on, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, sweet. So 6-figure earner plaques. If you guys are 6-figure earners, we'll probably be sending out an email. You have to have invoiced $100,000 through the app. That's the only way we can actually verify that people aren't just plugging in numbers and marking it as paid. So, but yeah, we'll start doing some interviews with some guys. I knew Todd Ketchell is one of these guys that we're gonna have on the channel. Todd Ketchell, extremely successful, still pushing in. He's actually in our highest coaching program right now, the one-on-one coaching with me and Mike. If you guys are interested in that, it'll be linked down below. But just a guy that continues to invest in himself, continue to get better over time. And he's already crushing it, but with the stuff that we're teaching him, he's going to absolutely kill it. So, Mike, anything else we want to add with regards to the plaques or anything?
No, but I mean, the plaques are awesome. Yeah. So all of those are going to be going out towards the first of the year for the guys that have exceeded that 600 or that, 6-figure mark. And there are a shit ton of them. So we've got a lot of plaques that are going to be made and shipped, and excited to interview these guys, get them on the channels, and hear, what they attribute their success to. So
absolutely,
it'll be great.
We got Thomas in the house from Oasis Softwash. Thomas, we appreciate you being here. Hope y'all are enjoying the winter work. That's the other thing that makes us different from Mark, Kate, and Jobbers. Me and Mike actually have businesses that we run. So, like, we're using the app day in, day out. So we know that it works for business. Mike, brother, how you liking the Defender? I've been bugging my wife to get one. Love that vehicle.
I love that vehicle too. It's freaking awesome. It's big. I got the big one, so it's like the super long one with 3 rows, and it's just beautiful inside and out. I've had Range Rovers in the past, and this is the first Land Rover that I've ever had, and I've had my eye on this particular model, color, interior for a really long time, and I finally pulled the trigger and have been enjoying the hell out of it. I still have my little electric Tesla, and what's funny is, I had said, and I'd tell anybody, like, I will never go back to a gas vehicle, but I did. But I still have the Tesla, which I love, and I drive that still too, so it's fun.
Mike, you've been lying.
I did. I'm like Joe Biden. I'm not going to pardon Hunter.
You're like Joe Biden, Joe Biden's wife. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
he loves to say that he's Joe Biden. All right, Thomas says, quote IQ sells itself, use it for a minute and see everything else out there isn't even close. We appreciate that, Thomas. Absolutely. Yeah. Tyler said he had a guy on his channel complaining about it. Of course, because, like Mike said, people don't like him. And so, of course, like, their first instinct is going to be to shit on it. Purcell line trapping ignorance runs rampant through the human species.
Yes.
Some people's kids. Yep. What can you do? Can you recommend someone for my biz, cards, door hangers, websites, etc.? That's a lot of different things. If you go into Quote IQ, we have a section called resources in the sidebar. It has everybody that we recommend, from the people that build our website to the people that we get our flyers from to the people that mail our postcards. So I'd highly recommend going there. But Mike, you think anything differently? We specifically put that resources section together so that way it would be a great place for you to, and you don't have to pay for, everything on there. Like, I mean, obviously you got to pay for door hangers and stuff, but you're not buying them from us. So, Mike, you want to add anything to that?
No, someone that's not on the resource page, it probably should be, is a buddy, and his name is some people call him the Fresh Rinse, but Mike Carmody. He's got, if you go to his, I think it's called Fresh Rinse Media, he does a lot of these things. So check him out. I like to support people in the industry that are good dudes and, help people out.
We salute the Fresh Rinse. That's right. And we're going to get one of those, the cheap shot too. So
yes,
we're both excited for the cheap shots, and then we'll have reviews coming, videos on the channel, all that good stuff. You're real, Mike. No sugarcoating. And the world would be a better place if we were straightforward and not worried about feelings. Completely agree. Mike, bro, I think you rock. Justin too. We really appreciate that, Zach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Todd just got 8 more 5-star reviews. Let's go. That's part of jumping in the coaching with me and Mike. If anybody's interested, it'll be linked down below. But we're actually going to push you guys to like go out and get results. And when you do it, like everything's going to change. So Todd, great work, man. Killing it. What should I say when they tell me price is too high or it takes too long of time when I tell them? Need some advice, guys.
Okay. So I think just in my humble opinion, it's all about positioning, right? If a customer calls and they say that, they've got a black roof, they've got those ugly black streaks, and they're like, hey, is there anything that you can do for me? A lot of people, most people are going to be like, yeah, it's, algae and we can clean it. And that's all they're going to say, right? Then they show up, they give them the price. Roof washing is expensive. A lot of what we do, it's a luxury service. So in some people's opinion, it might be very expensive. You give them the price, you show up, you do the work. And then what we hear, and I think this is what this guy's alluding to, is it doesn't take a lot of time. So they can't wrap their heads around how they're paying X amount of dollars for something that didn't take somebody that long, especially when it's just like manual labor. So I think what you need to say is something more along the lines of like, yeah, I know what's happening up there. We've seen it before. We've been able to, solve this problem for other people, and we can knock it out for you in no time, but we're completely booked up for like 3 or 4 weeks or whatever. It's an arbitrary number, right? Because you're creating this sense. Like I said, it's all about positioning. So you're talking about like, we're completely booked. I know you've got a problem. You want to get it done. Obviously you're calling us. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the schedule around. I'm going to put you to the front of the schedule. We're going to come in. We're going to knock it out. We're going to get that roof looking absolutely beautiful, so you don't have to worry about those ugly black streaks anymore. Here's your price. And then when you go up and you show up and you've got the right equipment to knock that roof out in no time, and you charge them, say, $1,200, $1,300, and it only takes you 45 minutes, instead of them starting to question, right? Well, I just paid you $1,200 for 45 minutes. My doctor doesn't even make that much. Well, now, because the way you position yourself, now they're like, dude, this guy is so awesome. They solved our problem. They got us in before everybody else. They moved their schedule around. They're booked out. But so like, it's all about positioning, and it's sales. That's just the bottom line. Sales is not necessarily convincing somebody that they need you, but putting yourself in a position where they want you, they need you, and they're happy to pay you and give you their money. So that's just my 2 cents.
I also want to pull in another comment to kind of weigh in on this, and it's Dayron says, many people in my area with a lot of money just want to go with the cheapest. All they want is a quote. They don't really care of the quality. Any encouraging words? So I completely agree with Mike. Create urgency, create like more value there. We did that a lot around Thanksgiving. Like I was able to charge like significantly more because people were like, can you please fit us in before Thanksgiving? And I was like, man, we are really going to have to move that schedule around. But for a extra fee, you got yourself a deal. The biggest thing is where your customers are coming from. If your customers are coming from the right sources, then you're not going to have to deal with all these people that are just going for the cheapest. As well as how you position yourself. When you're positioned as the top company in the area, you're going to have people that are seeking out the top company in your area. So it's a twofold issue. It's where your leads are coming from and how you're positioned to the customer. Also, like Mike said, creating scarcity, creating value in other ways, which are some of the things we go over in the one-on-one coaching. If you guys are interested, it'll be linked down below. We're doing a special deal for this next group coming up, but I think that pretty much touches everything.
I want to know where D-Man, because I just read this. Where are you watching? Because I'm looking at my channel. So we're broadcasting on 3 different channels: Justin's, mine, and Quote IQ. So I'd be curious to know. But yeah, if you guys are watching, and not that we care, but YouTube actually cares. It's all about the algorithm. And when you guys give us a thumbs up, when you comment, when you interact with our videos, whether it's a live or one of our regular videos, that shows YouTube that we're providing value and you're getting something out of it. So always, whatever video you're watching, whoever you're watching, and it's like, hey, thanks. Give us a thumbs up. Share it.
Big thumbs up, big guy.
Hey, I'm a big thumbs up guy.
Tyler, good info. Thank you. I just started in September and was going to get a 12 volt, but now I'm getting the cheap shot. Good call. The cheap shot looks really cool, really interesting to me. I cannot wait to get it on the truck, try it out, and just see how much better it is than the 12 volt,
Yeah. Hey, real quick, we never actually answered Dayron's thing about encouraging words for people that you want to quote.
Look at your lead sources and look at how you position yourself. So if you're not positioned as the best company, then you need to work towards that. And if your customers are coming off of Facebook, guys, they're going to be choosier. They're going to be cheaper. If they're coming from places like yard signs or door knocking, they weren't looking for you to service the property. Therefore, they want the best price. So
yeah. I think, and by no means am I suggesting that this is you, but a lot of times people make excuses and point fingers at outside sources when really the finger should be pointed, directly back at you, because at the end of the day, you are ultimately responsible for your success, and your success is determined by the amount of effort, consistency, and work that you put in. And, I know a lot of people with a lot of money, and it's not about getting the cheapest price or just getting a quote. In fact, I would venture to say that most people with money, they don't want to waste time getting quotes. I'm not calling 3 people to get a fucking quote. I'm calling one person. And if it sounds good, even if it's high, like, I just want it done because my time is valuable and I'm willing to exchange my money for some time. Right. And that's exactly what it is. It's just an exchange of time and money. And I don't want to do certain things, so I will pay people to do it for me. And I think that, again, not that you're making excuses, but a lot of people do. And so you just understand that it's more about your business. It's more about your branding. It's how you're positioning yourself, like Justin said, and, find better customers, right? Because I don't think that it's people with money that are the problem.
Absolutely. If we take every perceivable problem that's outside of us and we say, that's the problem, it's over there, and we point it back at ourselves and we say, how can I be better? Take the blame from there to here, and then you'll be able to solve everything. Because at the end of the day, you can't control other people. You can't control if they only want the cheapest guy. And at the end of the day, that might be brainwashing on your part. You might just think that way because you're not doing the right things to put yourself in the best position to land these jobs. So couple different things you can do there. That's the worst place to be, is to say everything around me is messed up and therefore I cannot succeed. Because now you've given away all your power. You have no power at that point. Pristine Window Cleaning is in the house.
It's Matthew. That's who I was talking about.
Welcome, Matthew. That's who he was talking about. Oh, that's Matthew Roach. I didn't know that was Matthew Roach. Okay, sweet. Yep. We appreciate you for hanging out, man. Matthew, if you missed, Mike talked about you for a little while, and it wasn't very good. Towards the front end of this live, I'd go check it out if I were you. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Sorry, Matthew.
He talked good about you.
You were going to hear that.
I feel like Matthew's one of those, like, I talked to Matt, I think he was in his year 3 of his business, and every year he was like going up and up and up. The thing about Matt, though, is he does it part-time. So I'm not sure if he's
part-time. He's also crushing right now with Christmas lights.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, dude, he sent me several pictures of the stuff that he's been doing, and he's doing a great job. Yeah.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Another one with some color. Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Good work, Matt. Yeah, I don't know if Matt will be around that 6-figure mark because he does do it part-time, but if he is, I'll watch the replays.
And not only that, but dude, Matthew makes some hot sauce, and I am a connoisseur of good hot sauces. And so he makes his own, like, he's really done. And unfortunately, you guys can't see this. I don't know. I always screw up, but he's really doing great work with the Christmas lights. But he also makes phenomenal hot sauce. It's called, I think he's going to name it after me.
Mike's Hot Sauce. That's really weird and a little homoerotica. He says Christmas lighting boot camp is how I learned. So beautiful. Glenn is the man, and that's a really good class. I know because I was there for the whole thing. And if you guys are interested in learning more about Christmas lights, be sure to check out pwcourse.com and get the Christmas light boot camp because it's full of really good stuff. And there's a lot of money to be made in Christmas lights. We've been making videos recently where we talk about, the amount of money to be made. Yeah. It attracts a really high-end customer, which is really good. I'm done for the year, and we'll start up again in March, hopefully. What can I do now to be ready for March? 2025 will be my first year after walking away from my tech job. I'm in PA. So what can I do now to be ready for March 2025?
Start up again in March. Hopefully, what can I do now to be ready for March? Okay, you're starting a wash business, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I think he's had a wash business.
Oh, okay, yeah. What can I do now to be ready for March? Like, every single day you need to be working on your business, right? You've hung up your the equipment, but the equipment is just such a small fragment of what your business is and what actually moves the needle, right? Yes, without the equipment and without the time out in the field washing or doing whatever, then nothing else is possible. But now, from now until March, you need to be working every single day on your Google profile, on your website's SEO, writing blogs, being proactive in your community, networking, getting out and talking to people every single day. Drive around, find warehouses, find office buildings, find strip malls, and you go in and you talk to every single person and find out who the decision makers are. Let them know what you do, who you are, get their information, put them in your CRM, and stay in contact, stay in front of them. Like for Quote IQ, obviously we've got our email automation, we've got text and email blasts, right? Stay in front of these people, top of mind awareness, and do that from now until March. Start booking out, start, planning specials to incentivize people to book now for the spring, right? Create scarcity. These are all things that you can do right now.
Yep. One of the things that me and Mike really press into with the one-on-one coaching is all the different marketing avenues that you can take, and really developing kind of a plan and a strategy around doing them week in and week out. I think a lot of times in our businesses, we do what's most convenient at the most convenient time. So for instance, you'll probably wait till March to be like, let me get this marketing cranked up. When in reality, there's so many different facets to marketing that, like Mike mentioned or alluded to, that we can start implementing immediately. So I would look at week over week what you're doing to move the business forward. And the off season is a great time to build up a lot of different things. So yeah. If you're doing in-person estimates, build your value, give the price, and then wait. First to speak after you give the price and ask how that sounds loses. LOL. I've waited 5 minutes before. Dude, I can't wait to, I don't know. Is Thomas, I don't know if Thomas uses Quote IQ. I'm pretty sure he does. If he uses Quote IQ, then he's most likely going to be in our six-figure earners. I would love to ask him more about this. For any of you guys who, not only does Thomas go to do on-site quoting, but when he closes on site, you're going to have a much higher opportunity, not only to close, but to charge more. And that's why Thomas's average ticket price is as high as it is, which is a beautiful thing. When you say so, Mike?
Yeah.
So I'd love to get him on to talk about it more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of just shutting up and not talking and making people feel very uncomfortable.
There you go. Yeah. You want to just stop talking right now, Mike, and try to make everybody on this feel uncomfortable?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, sweet. I'm on Mike's channel. If pressure washing wasn't an option, what other services would you choose? Dude, me and Mike have been cranking in videos about other services you can offer. My most recent video went over 7 winter services that you can offer. I would highly recommend, if you stepped away from your job as a tech guy, to start adding winter services this year, because guess what? Winter comes every single year. And if guys take off the whole winter every single year, I mean, dude, you're literally four or 5 months without any kind of income source, right, Mike?
Yeah. That's one of, like you and I, we love to work, right? And it's one of those things where people are like, yep, hanging it up for the winter. And I'm like, what does that even mean? I can't even comprehend. It's like, you got to be doing something, always moving forward. So yeah, I mean, I would highly recommend finding something. But the question is, if pressure washing wasn't an option, what other services would you offer? I probably would get into, gosh, there are so many options. And when we're in the pressure washing, sphere, right? Like we are on this channel, people get so caught up in the cost to start a business, right? There is always going to be risk. There is always going to be financial risk. And sometimes the financial, what you have to put in is going to be significantly more than maybe you're comfortable with. So I just made a video about like septic tank services, porta potty rentals, dumpster rentals. Like these are things that take a little bit more upfront cost, but the upside also is significantly more, and they're infinitely scalable. And so I would probably look into, businesses like that, where it's not so much seasonal.
Yep. The other thing is, maybe you do add on some seasonal services that are good complementary services to what you do. So like, for instance, I just did 7 of these in my most recent video. First one's leaf cleanup. If you're a landscape company, that makes a lot of sense. Gutter guard install, which isn't very popular with a lot of people, so you don't have to touch that one if you don't want to. But think about if you do gutter cleaning, it's probably the best upsell. It's like, hey, if we do this, you won't have to do it as much. Christmas lighting, which you see a lot of guys that do window cleaning and pressure washing get into. Furniture and boat shrink wrapping probably wouldn't be a good one for where I'm at, but I'm assuming where Mike's at, where Todd Ketchow's at, in those areas, it could be a good one. You get snow removal, ice dam removal, and I talked about a firewood stand. So, Christmas lighting is a good way to go, but basically just finding somewhere that you can add value and get paid for that value. So, I don't know. There's a lot of options you could go. What do you guys think about starting a roof and gutter cleaning business around this time?
Depends on where you're at. I mean, if there's no gutter cleaning is a great time regardless of where you are, because if you're up in the Northeast, Pacific Northwest, you're going to have leaves that fall and everywhere. So this is a great time for that. Again, you've got kind of a narrow window in some areas where the leaves fall and then snow comes, so you're kind of out. But like gutter cleaning is a great thing. Joe Deary, good guy, buddy of mine. He's got a channel, and he has got these contracts every single year for the house wash and the gutter cleaning, and it's just he knows that his season is abbreviated because of where he lives, and so he capitalizes on setting up contracts and doing multiple things. So gutter cleaning is one of those things. So great time to be in the gutter cleaning business. A great time to be marketing those gutter cleaning. And if you guys need video ads for gutter cleaning or any other service, you can check out qiqads.com or quoteiqads.com. Well, I think we've got them all, but you can go and check those out. These are custom made for your business with your logo, custom voiceover, all of your company information, website, phone number, a custom voiceover that talks, that says your business name and all your pertinent information. But we've got videos for all of these, and these are phenomenal for Facebook, Nextdoor, Instagram, X, Google. Run them everywhere. Get eyeballs on your business. Video ads convert higher than anything else.
Yeah, run them into Facebook groups for absolutely free. Run them into any free group for free. They got your logo.
And right now, you can use what is it? QIQ. Use promo code QIQ at checkout, and you can get 40% off on every single. So you're gonna pay $89 for a custom video that you can run. I'd get 3 or 4 and just run them all.
Yep. So anyway, good way to go. It's going to be linked in the comment section description as well if you guys are interested in that. Let's keep going. We get some other good questions. One thing I do want to mention about starting a roof cleaning business right now, you want to be mindful of how sunny it is outside. Also, the cold weather I find really messes with the SH. I mean, Mike, we've had instances where it's not sunny enough and it's overcast, and that SH really won't react and kill the growth on the shingles.
We had a roof job today, and I actually pushed it off until next week because it was so cold. And I hate to do that because I want every job, but this is Brad. It was a $1,200 roof job, small house, probably would have taken 2 hours from the time we rolled up to the time we pulled out. Great money, but I don't want to just waste a bunch of time and not get the results that we want because of the cold weather. Yes, cold weather impacts the effectiveness of your SH.
Yep. So something to keep in mind. Excel window cleaning in the house. Mike, my 8-year-old is watching. Respectfully drop the profanity.
Sorry, 8-year-old.
Adult program. Uh-oh, Mike, about to go off. Mike's about to go off. Watch the replay. Okay, sorry guys. We're making our way back to the comments. We got some good comments in here. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us.
Sean Parsons.
Finally made a live 6 a.m. here in Australia. Good to see you guys. Sean?
Yeah, this is another guy that just does a tremendous amount of investing in himself, in his business. Good dude.
Excellent. Omar's in the house. Thanks for all your tips. You guys totally helped inspire to start this business and believe I have what it takes to chase the money, doing it correctly. Blessings. Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for watching, Omar. We appreciate you for hanging out, man. American Pro Wash in the house. Quote IQ ads hitting different. Beautiful thing about those Quote IQ ads is the strategy works even if you run them for free in Facebook groups. Just pump them in. You don't have to get those ads and then spend a bunch of money on them. You can also run them on all of your socials like we were talking about. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. I need Mike to let me live in his garage for a month and mentor me. That's why we have the one-on-one coaching, bro. Like Cody, it's face-to-face, one-on-one. Like we're digging into your business. We're giving you homework. We're holding you accountable. I mean, you don't even have to live in Mike's stinky garage. You know what I mean?
My garage does not stink.
Anyway, if you guys are interested in that, it'll be linked below. Just got Quote IQ a month ago. Love it. However, do I need to pay monthly for QuickBooks to have it linked? Do you need a quick? You don't have to link QuickBooks. Do you need a QuickBooks subscription to have it linked? I'm confused.
You can connect to QuickBooks through Quote IQ for sure.
Dominic, any tips how to clean Ethernet roofs?
Eternit is like a fiber cement shingle shake type thing. I'd be curious to know where Dominic is from, because I've not heard any Americans talk about Eternit roofs. I think it's a European thing, but my understanding about that specific type of fiber cement roof is you clean it the same way that you do barrel tile, asphalt, shingle, metal roofs. Obviously do a test section. I know that with fiber cement, sometimes whatever the coating is, the coloring, that can have, it can be impacted negatively. But always do a test spot first. But you use just a regular old, SH, fungicide, whatever it is that you guys use, what you would use for a regular roof wash, slate roof, whatever. So very similar process. But as always, I always recommend that if you have a very specific question about a very specific product like Eternit, I would visit their website. I would talk to their customer service. I would look for recommendations on what they recommend, because the last thing you want to do is go to a homeowner's place. They've got that roof. You do your thing. You do it improperly, and it voids their warranty. It destroys their roof, and now you're ultimately responsible for that. So, investigate and talk to the manufacturer first.
Absolutely, it's important. I play with fire, and people pay me. That's a beautiful way to be, Todd. I did a whole interview with Todd on how he runs his shrink wrapping business. If any of you guys are interested in going and getting that kind of learning something about that. Thomas says won't get the plaque this year. Didn't run a lot of payments through Quote IQ, cash mostly for wink purposes. Next year I will be in a place to run everything properly. Absolutely. Hey, look, I understand the wink. You know what I mean? California is a brutal place to start up a pressure washing business. Absolutely. I probably wouldn't start it up in California, to be honest with you. I'd move to another state.
Well, I wouldn't move to another state just because of starting a pressure washing business if I lived in California. I would just leave California because of folks like Gavin Newsom and the like.
Yeah, dude, California's rough, man. I wouldn't start anything in California just for how much money they take and how much red tape is on everything. What's the best marketing strategies for new businesses? Dude, this question we get every single time, Jake. So we appreciate you for being here.
Leverage friends and families. What else? Utilize organic free marketing first.
Do this, Jake. If you do this, next week we'll give you another one. Message every single person on your phone. Say, hey, I just started my business. I'm doing a name your price special, or I'm doing off $50 off your first service, whatever the case may be. If you'd like to get a quote, please let me know. And message every single person in your Mike. What are you doing, bro? Message every single person in your phone, and then next week come back, and then we'll give you another one. People won't do that. Also, if you go through Facebook, some people you don't have on here, go through Facebook, message everybody. Hey, I just started a pressure washing business. Did you guys need anything? No, we're good. Thank you so much. Hey, do you know anybody who might need something? So anyway, I think people look at marketing as like this magical wand that you wave. Like Justin and Mike, what magical wand can I wave and have a bunch of customers? You know what I mean? When like the reward is on the other side of like a lot of hard work, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of like literally beating your head against the wall and trying not to bleed to death. You know what I mean? Mike, what do you think about that analogy?
And I've been watching Harry Potter Baking Championship on the Food Network over the past week or so.
All right.
And last night they were making magic wands.
Oh, I love that. Did they look delicious or what?
Oh, delightful.
Okay, perfect. We are all residential, looking at commercial work for 2025. Any advice on the best way to get more commercial, not shop fronts?
Yeah. So this is one of those things, Sean, that it's like everywhere that I go, I see potential customers, whether it's in my neighborhood, whether it's driving down the road. Every building, every hospital, every school, every church, anybody that has a window is a potential customer. And you got to think like that. So every commercial property that you see, and I understand you don't want to go do storefronts for, $20 a whatever. Just go and meet these people, find out who is the decision maker, and reach out to them, get their contact information, and stay in front of them, because they might not need you right now, but they might need you in the future, and they're going to forget about you. So you need to remind them who you are. But yeah, anybody that's got windows, go talk to them.
What's that thing that says like who we are, so we tell them? You ever heard that, Mike?
No.
Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are.
Everywhere we go, people want to know. We are the Titans, the mighty, mighty Titans.
That's what you got to do. Everywhere you go, people want to know who you are. So you tell them that you have a window cleaning business, and you'd love to earn their business if they want to get some window cleaning done.
Yes. That's a great movie, by the way.
In your How to Wash course, do you go over equipment setup? Absolutely. If you guys, let me think. Let me try to think of my pitch on the spot. If you guys are not sure what chemicals to use, how to mix them, how to clean every surface on a residential job site, property protection, and much, much more, be sure to check out the How to Wash course over the first link in the comment section.
Everything from the roof line to the concrete and everything in between, we cover it all. We're going to shortcut your learning curve and give you the tools that you need to grow, blah, blah, blah.
So if you got, in the How to Wash course, we do go over equipment setup. So it's in there. I just moved to a new state and started a pressure washing business. My HOA has a Facebook page, and there's a guy in there that washing a bunch of homes. What's the best way for me to start posting? I just moved to a new state and started a pressure washing business. My HOA has a Facebook page. Post in the Facebook page. Okay. How do you get into the Facebook group? You go around to your neighbors, you look for dirty driveways, and you say, hey, I'd like to clean your driveway for free if you'll post me in the neighborhood Facebook page. And then just start doing a little work for free, getting in the group. Either that or you can post yourself. You really don't want to do that because then you're going to be... There's also other ways to market. Mike, what would your advice be to this guy?
Well, his next question is an advertising without stepping on the other company. So I respect the fact that you are a gentleman and you don't want to step on somebody else's toes, but is that other company paying your bills? Are they feeding your family? Are they paying no. So you need to be concerned with you. You need to be concerned with your business. And if you're concerned about stepping on somebody else's feet, the only concern you should have is not undercutting the market, not devaluing what they've already established, right? Come in and be competitive. Differentiate yourself through a number of different ways. We talk about these things all the time on our channels, but the Facebook, start your own Facebook group for the community. You be the moderator. There's a guy, I just saw this post, and there's some Facebook group in my area, and the guy that's the moderator owns a pressure washing business, and he will delete anybody else's posts, and he's kind of tyrannical about it, which is it's his group. He can do whatever he wants. And so as long as that guy's not the moderator and can delete whatever you have to say, then just get in there and post about your business. And like Justin said, it's a hell of a lot better when it's social proofed and not you in there posting. And I apologize. My sweet Millie Claus is sweet Millie Claus. She's snoring under the table, but she is so beautiful.
You have to think about what kind of a referral would be more beneficial for your business. If I got on here and I said, guys, like literally with me and Mike's coaching program, we've helped guys land $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 jobs. No joke. Or if I had that guy come in front of you and be like, this coaching program changed my life. Literally, I landed a $20,000 job with the information that was in it. It's always more powerful when you hear it from someone else. So just something to keep in mind. And so if you're trying to get into the neighborhood Facebook group, you can do some stuff for free. Did you guys know that people use Jobber? Did you know that, Mike?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
I don't know why they would ever want to do that. Hello, Yins guys.
What up, George? Big time.
Sorry, I'm late. Doing taxes now. We got big time. Big times here. Dude, I'm doing taxes right now too. Oh my gosh. I have like 40 accounts. I swear it's incredibly terrible. So hopefully they abolish taxes for everybody. And Any advice for leaf removal in Europe where there are high fences everywhere? Andrew, we appreciate you for being here. I think you're the only European on the call. Pristine says, who cares about Robber? Completely. We don't even talk about Robber here. We don't talk about Robber. We don't talk about, what's our other ones, Mike? Company scam. We don't talk about Mark Ain't. We don't talk about House Call No. We don't talk about Quick Crooks.
Yeah.
Mike, jump in with one of those, man. Come on.
You nailed them all.
Do you have any advice for leaf removal in Europe with high fences?
There are high fences everywhere. I don't understand what that means with the fences and how that correlates to leaf removal.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I wish I had some more advice. Open the gate. If there's a gate there, I'd open it and blow through there. It's hard.
Yeah.
I personally don't even do leaf removal. I've done interviews with people that do. I heard businesses need to fill out a new form, something called BOI.
Yeah, so this is the beneficial ownership information form. And essentially, it's more of like a financial crimes thing. So you have to like fill this thing out. It's just, just another hoop that you have to jump through. But that's the gist of it. It's nothing significant. And that's why I have an accountant, right? My accountant specializes in accounting and financial things and tax issues and new things that I need to be aware of. That is not my area of expertise. So that's why I hire an expert to do it for me. That way I get the most benefit. So, and an accountant to file your taxes, it's not even that expensive. And I'm not talking about going down to like H&R Block. I'm like, get somebody that actually knows tax law, knows the, not loopholes, but how to maximize where your dollars are going. And I would definitely hire somebody.
This goes down to the same thing that like you guys want, right? What do you want? You want somebody to call you. You want to give them a price. You want them to say yes, right? Why? Because you're a trusted professional. I think too often we look for people to hire us, but we don't want to outsource anything. And so when it comes to things like this, it's like, dude, why wouldn't you hire a CPA that knows, like Mike says, tax law, who's up to date on all the tax codes? That way they can handle all this for us and it's not a big deal. So just know that everything that you do is going to be a reflection back to you. So me and Mike, we trust CPAs. We pay these people because at the end of the day, it's something that we don't want to do. We want them to take care of it. So for anybody who's trying to cut corners and go ahead, Mike.
No, you're right.
So yeah.
What I was going to say also is, and this kind of goes back to something else that, the actual title of this, Stop Taking Advice from Bums, not necessarily bums, but like if I had a mechanical issue with my vehicle, I'm not going to the guy that cuts my grass to ask for his opinion on the car. Just like I'm not going to a gynecologist to, clean out my gutters. I'm going to go to the person that is that has the expertise. And I've heard so many people say dumb shit like, well, my accountant says that I shouldn't do this with my business. And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell are you answering or asking your accountant for business advice? Or why is he? And there, like tax advice, yes, there are many things that the accountant can help you with, but like there are certain things that like they are by trade or by education, they are like aversion risk. The idea of any risk is that's their whole purpose is to avoid risk. Okay. And so business owners, people that are successful, they're the ones that are willing to take risks. So if you're never willing to take risk, then you're never going to truly like achieve that next level of success. And so that kind of goes back to like, stop taking business advice from people that don't have any clue or have not done and been where you want to be, right? I'm not going to ask somebody that's a first year pressure washer for business advice, right? I've been doing it for 20 something years. I know what I'm doing, but there are a lot of things that I don't know. And so I'm going to find the right people to ask, the people that are where I want to be. And like if you're asking friends and neighbors and stuff like that for advice on your business and they've never owned a business, like I'd probably rethink that.
It's always a bad way to go. I'd ask people that have experience and that have achieved the success that I want in whatever area it is. So let's keep going. What's up, guys? I used to do pressure washing. I've now moved into doing dumpster rental, but I still watch both of you guys religiously. Hope all is well. Oh, appreciate that. Delaware Diamond Dumpsters. Hey, do this if you can, if you're still here, because I know you commented this a few minutes ago. If you can email us, support@quoteiq.io. We'd love to have you on the channel to talk about doing dumpster rental. So I'm going to put that in the chat.
Yeah, I just made a video about this.
Yeah, we'd love to have somebody on that's doing a business like this, and it kind of maybe even talk about the pros and cons between why you don't want to even offer the pressure washing anymore. So we would appreciate that, man. Why is Mike's skin so baby smooth?
It's not. I've got so many wrinkles and gray hair, and it's terrible.
Yeah. Moses is here. Moses, and I swear we got all of our coaching group here. We appreciate you guys for hanging out. Who cares about Robert? Absolutely. How do you feel about door to door? I've been going door to door for a few days now. Can you give me a ratio?
I'm not going to give a ratio because I can't speak to ratios as far as door to door. But if you have more time than money to invest in your marketing, then door to door is definitely a great way to go. If you're first starting out, then by all means get out there and start knocking on doors. And don't just keep it, when people talk about door knocking, I'm not talking specifically about residential either. Like you can knock doors at commercial as well. And so I encourage anybody that's doing this to go out there and do both, because they both have a place. As far as door to door, you got to have a good script. You got to have, it's got to be quick. It's got to be precise, just like all of your marketing. You need to have all of the key components that will entice somebody to continue to listen to you when you are interrupting their day, knocking on their door, which nobody likes in the first place. So you better be charming. You better have a nice little pitch. You better be able to convey your value very quickly and hopefully, close them. So, and we made a ton of videos, pretty much every live. Justin and I both give our little, our door-to-door pitch. So you guys can check that out.
One thing that I want to do is I want to draw a parallel for you, okay? Because he's like, I've been going to door for several days now. Can you give me a ratio? How many do I have to knock on in order to actually get a job? So this is my example for you. Let's say that you were passing out flyers, which is very similar, but this was your flyer right here. It says, I do pressure washing, and there's a number. And you're like, Justin, I'm passing out flyers. I passed out 5,000 flyers. What should be my ratio to close? Well, if you passed out these flyers versus these flyers, you'd be doing a lot better, because this is calculated. This is professional. This works on multiple different levels. This is something that just was thrown together super quick. So why I wanted to bring this in as an example is because if your script isn't polished, if you don't carry yourself the right way, if you're not saying the right things, if you're coming off to the customer a certain way, like there's no chance to give you a ratio, because there's so many different places that you could be dropping the ball. So the biggest thing that you want to do is make sure that you're going in with a plan, and that the steps that you're taking are actually taken for a reason, and they're calculated. Because otherwise, if you're just like writing on a piece of paper, I do pressure washing, it's like, dude, this isn't going to close anybody. You could pass out 1 million of these and not close anybody. So it really depends on what's being said, how you hold yourself, and a lot of other factors. And that's all stuff me and Mike go through in the one-on-one coaching. If you guys are interested, link in the comment section description. We're loading up. We got our next class probably going to be sometime in January. So big spring deal. Well, it's going to be a spring push, but if you guys are interested, be sure to check it out. Finally caught a live one just for my LLC, and I'm about to order equipment to get rolling. Love y'all's channels. We appreciate that. AV Dubs in the house. Love the channel, by the way. We appreciate that. Andrea. You guys hire someone for taxes or DIY?
I pay somebody.
Yeah. There's few things that I DIY at this point. What do you think about offering gift cards?
No.
I hope for 2025, everyone in here receives nothing but health, wealth, and success.
Thank you, Cody. Back at you.
Is there a certain question you ask a CPA that will show they are good? Okay, this is perfect. Okay, I talk about this in the coaching group. How self-aware you can become is really going to impact how good your business is going to be. Okay, because right now we're talking about CPAs. So when we think about what would we value in a CPA, like this guy's asking, what certain questions would you ask to know that the CPA is good? What question is your customer asking to know that you are a good service provider? Right? They're going to look for reviews. They're going to look for reviews. They're going to look for referrals. If your buddy said, hey, dude, I got a great CPA. He does an awesome job every single year. What are you going to do? You're going to go with that CPA because you don't want to look for anybody. So the same process you would take to find a CPA that would be good, replicate it in your business because that's what your customers are looking for to find you. When you say something, Mike?
I agree 100%.
Okay, sweet. How long do you wait to get paid from a municipal city contract? I have an invoice that is nearly 53 days late and wondering if I should be adding late fees and how much a responsible late fee is.
What were your terms when you agreed to the contract, right? If it was a municipal city and you said it's a contract, then there probably are terms. Most are 30 days. So I would look to see the paperwork that you signed or the contract that you sent them. And in our contract, we have, late fees, and everything is covered. So if you don't have something like that in place, if it wasn't established, then I just call them. I don't know if you've been in contact with them or not, Jordan, but 53 days seems a little excessive unless they've got 60-day terms. So it just depends on what you established.
Yeah, I would say you're in a little bit of trouble when it comes to like a city contract because like, what are you really going to do? It's like the city, they kind of dictate their own things. But like Mike said, figure it out on the front end. Also within your terms and conditions, you can have things like fees for late fees and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I don't have any late fees in mind, Mike. Do you have any like idea of what a reasonable?
Well, there are late fees that are like it's state by state. So every state has got, and actually, if you go to myquoteiq.com on the what is it? One of our sections, I actually put together an entire thing state by state what you can charge for late fees. If you go into resources, and it doesn't matter, but yeah, you can find it in there. It's one of the blogs. Everything you need to know about charging late fees. So just for giggles, like in Connecticut, there is no max late fee, must be reasonable by law, 9-day grace period. Delaware, it's 5% per month. Hawaii, there's 8% of the amount overdue. Massachusetts, there's no max late fee, 30-day grace period. So I've got all of them. For New York, it's $50 or 5% per month. But yeah, if you guys go to My Quote IQ, go to resources and just start scrolling through some of those, a lot of great information there, but also everything you need to know about charging late fees in 2024.
That's really good, Mike. I didn't know you added that in there. It's perfect. There's also a bunch of other resources in there. There's a bunch of calculators and other things. So be sure to check that out. Also, within Quote IQ, you can also do this for free. You can send your terms and conditions with every single estimate that you send. So once you type these out, you put them in there, you put in the late fees, you put in, everything you expect from the customer's behalf, everything you're not responsible for that's damaged, whatever the case may be. We also offer a contract, but you have that in there, you connect it to every single estimate, and that way it's just understood that.
And when it's not just understood, when the customer accepts the estimate, they are legally bound to the terms and conditions within the contract. So, and it states that. So if you ever run into an issue, and that's something else that we're going to be putting in, so some more in-depth view of what that looks like on the back end. So you can easily, copy and paste it, send it to the judge if you need to.
Yeah. Call the judge and get some fudge. I would love that. I'll shoot you guys an email. We appreciate that. Just wanted to share a reply from an open bid customer I received yesterday. I don't like your hard sell. It's totally turned off for me. Makes me question your quality. Also leads me to believe you're desperate for customers. I'd have to see the text to give any like other context.
I wouldn't.
I'd love to see the text. And you said open bid. It doesn't sound very open to me. It sounds like it's pretty close at this point. I would assume that they're not going to go with you, but
I know exactly this customer. And this is a customer that you never want to work for. Anybody that takes the time to respond like that, I don't like your hard sell. Guess what? That gentleman asked me not to cuss. Adios, amigo. We'll see you never, because we're never going to work for people like you because you're going to be a pain in the butt. Right. I clean that up. So, yeah, Sean, like a person like that, it ain't worth the time. And, unfortunately, when a gentleman like myself gets a message like that, I basically immediately go to war, and it's not the right move. So do as I say, not as I do.
There you go. Yeah. I'd love to hear what your initial text was that, elicited
Yeah.
this.
What was it that prompted that?
If you could, please put it in the comment section because I'd be very curious to see. But yeah, like Mike said, you got to be willing to let customers go. The more willing you are to let them go, the easier it is to get them. I don't know. Mike is so nonchalant with a lot of the stuff that he does. It just like, and people go for it. Like Mike's quoted what, $30,000, $20,000 jobs, Mike, just over text, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah. So pretty crazy stuff. I see a lot of local pressure washing companies using the same stock photos on their sites. What is your opinion on these, and do you think customers notice? I hate stock photos. Of course they notice. Don't you notice whenever you get passed out or, some type of marketing material and it's got a, stock photo on it? I say that this does have a stock photo, so
And
I
I
think
hate it.
this one's pulled stock. I mean,
Well, those are our before and after photos, but that background image. But at the end of the day, you and I, Justin, and AV Dubs, we're familiar with what stock photo looks like for the pressure washing industry. We know. Does a customer know? No, and a customer doesn't care, right? It's just like I had a guy the other day on one of the Quote IQ ads. Um, he ordered one, and then he's like, "Hey, I don't like the parentheses around the area code." And I was like, "It doesn't matter, right? Like, nobody cares. For eternity, parentheses have been around the area code. It's, you can have them, you can't have them, but like it doesn't make any difference, and no customer is ever gonna care one way or the other. Just like, I mean, there's all kinds of little visual cues that people get hung up on, but again, it's us as business owners that know the intricacies and the details of our work. The customers don't, right? What is it that they want? One thing: a good job, a fair price, and somebody to take care of them. That's it. They don't care about a stock photo. They don't care if you're using the same before and after that somebody else is, right? They don't care.
now, I will say to some extent, if it looks super stock, I would trash it. I would personally rather have a real photo than a stock photo. However, like Mike said, to a certain extent, it doesn't matter, but also to a certain extent, I believe it kind of does as well. We have a great follow-up system, certainly not changing it for one disgruntled customer. Beautiful. I completely agree. You have to pay to play in marketing spend and efforts in order to see what works in your marketplace. Completely agree, Todd. Great point. How did you get this cool stuff and help the community? I've been passing out business cards door to door. Is that fine, or do you recommend flyers instead? You want to go first, Mike, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, a business card is going to get lost quickly. It's going to get tossed.
That's why we like something big and sturdy. So if
Yeah.
they're like, hey, let me hang on to this because I'm going to need this guy again. It's like, dude, try misplacing this. Try putting this in like a drawer and then forget about it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
And like people, like all of our guys have got these postcards that I have now. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find one. Some postcards, like these are big ass postcards. No stock images. I mean, those are my guys. But when they're on the job and somebody stops them, and inevitably, weekly, daily, hey, can I get a business card? We don't have business card. We do have business cards, but we don't give them out. We give out these big ass things because it's got everything: call to actions, scarcity, everything that we want. QR codes to go directly to InstaQuote, so you can, they can quote themselves online. So yeah,
keep this in mind. The professionalism of your marketing will do all the work for you. Think about Apple, for example. How many of us have Apple boxes in? Mike, why do you keep playing with that right now?
I'm sorry.
A lot of us have Apple boxes that we don't throw away. Why? Because the marketing and the packaging is so good. We want to keep it. It feels like something we should keep. So think about that when you're giving your customer a business card. Like, dude, when was the last time you kept a business card and actually called somebody from it?
Jesus Christ.
I can't remember. So Mike's
intercom is going freaking nuts.
So anyway, do you want to wrap it, Mike? We got some
No.
Okay. So anyway, keep in mind, how professional does your stuff look? Because it's going to go a long way in the mind of the customer on how good of a service that you offer and how legitimate your business is. So I would spend more money. I would get it designed professionally. I would go a little bit further than, the average person, unless you want to be an average business that complains about not having enough customers. What are your top 3 advertising methods with a monthly income of $10K, excluding word to mouth? No sweat solutions. Top 3 advertising methods. Top 3. Google Ads, number 1. Yard signs, number 2. You want to round off number 3, Mike?
Your phone,
Your
email,
phone?
text. Like, I'm a huge fan of.
There you go. Direct, yeah. Yep. There you go. Google, yard signs, email, and text. Top 3. Do door hangers or flyers more info and pics for the customer to see what you... Oh, do door hangers or flyers. Oh, Thomas is giving advice. Okay, sweet. I usually get 2 to 3 calls per 100 pieces. That's beautiful. Hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace. Absolutely, Ed. We appreciate it, man. The more they pick apart your quote, the more they will pick apart your work also. All money isn't good money. Completely agree. Customers don't know stock picks. They still have an eye. I mean, that'd be like me saying that like all you fall for all marketing. It's like, sometimes it's like, it's just bad. It doesn't look good. You know what I mean? There's a reason why you've never been to like that Chinese food place in your city that has like the glow sign, but like some of them are broken and Kung Pao, whatever. You know what I mean? It's because you can tell that they didn't take their time with it. Do you guys have any data on if customers scan QR codes linked to the website on the truck wraps? We don't personally have any data on it. There is ways to track that though. I think if you bit.ly a QR code link, you can track all the actual scans of it. So also, if you want to up the amount of scans that you're getting on the QR code, put a discount code on there. Say get 10% off when you scan this QR code. Incentivize it. So Pablo says every door direct mail. Debatable. Hey, look, I gave our top 3. Maybe EDDM is his top. When first starting out and you're doing basic flat work like driveway, sidewalks, patios, etc., is SH an upsell or assumed to be a part of the quote? It's assumed. It's part of the cleaning process.
Yeah. And don't put that in your quote. Right? It's we're going to clean your driveway. You don't need to go into a bunch of
details.
bullshit.
We had on Quote IQ, we used to have it to where you could have unlimited characters on service descriptions and like other things like within the estimate. Guys put you'd think it was like a book that they were putting together. I mean, pages and pages of service descriptions with just crash estimates. And so we had to like limit it. And it's like your customer doesn't need to know all that kind of stuff. That would be like when you go get an oil change, if they literally listed out like, we're going to take this cap off, or we're going to drain this, and we're going to do this and check this. And it's like, I don't want to know, dude. Just like change the oil if you can. Or like when you go to a restaurant, if they wrote out everything that they were going to do to prepare the meal on the menu, it's like, you don't care. Just throw it away. All right, Mike, you want to wrap it?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody put a word of the day in the comments. I will pick the best one. Let's see if we got one more question. Had to pause. I'm catching up. The live chats are awesome, and y'all are full of priceless knowledge. Appreciate what y'all are doing. Keep hammering. We appreciate that, Jeremy. Appreciate it, man. Is just removal or oil stain removal driveway something to add?
That is an additional service. These are specialty chemicals, specialty services. Upsell, get paid. You're going to have to pay for some sort of auxilic to remove the rust. You're going to need to pay for degreaser for an oil stain removal. You're going to need to pay for SH when just as part of the regular driveway cleaning. So yeah, definitely an upsell.
Beautiful. I think we got our word of the day. One other question. Is it better to design the flyer, door hangers, or whatnot, or hire someone off of Fiverr? We talked about this earlier. Is it better for your customer to hire you to pressure wash the house, or should they just do it themselves? They should hire you. So why? You're not a graphic designer, Jordan. I would imagine you're not. So dude, let's spend a little bit of money and let's get something that looks so pro that when people see it, they're like, this is the guy. This is so good. Like I have to get this guy. So word of the day on this one's going to be Karens. If you made this far in the video, comment down below Karen on #YourOwn. My name is Justin, forever self-employed, all about pressure washing, Quote IQ. And until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.
Yes.